welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Welcome to this YouTube channel. Welcome to Sports Talk Network. Here, welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. As you can tell by the banner, you can follow me, The Ramble, at The Ramble _ WWE, and at The Ramble _ WWE, or you can find my personal Twitter handle at Army _strong _06. But first, let's welcome our co-host, one here tonight, Becky. Becky here. How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. How about you?
Doing all right. Been a long day and evening as well. But
Uh-huh.
also, in regards to a long evening, SummerSlam not being as long as first thought. Thought it could go over the 4 hours, could be, pushing 5, but it was 3.5. So that was nice. I needed a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
A good show all in all. But before we go match by match, what are your thoughts overall in regards to SummerSlam? Did it meet or exceed your expectations?
It exceeded. I thought it was a great show. I would grade it about a B plus.
And in regards to the show itself, for me, probably grading it around there, maybe B minus, but still a good, solid show. Enjoyed the entire show from start to finish. I don't think there was any point in it that was truly lacking. Like really was a stinker of a match or moments or anything like that. Like it had
I wouldn't go that far.
good, bad, but I don't think it had anything that was like so terrible that it would ignite Twitter sort of thing. Like it would be that bad of a match or situation that happened. But we'll start from the bottom and crawl to the top. Drew Gulak against Oni Lorkin for the cruiserweight title. Gulak successfully retaining, as I did assume. But in regards to the match itself, how did you think it delivered?
I enjoyed it. Gulag is a hell of a performer, and Lorcan, he's not bad. I think he's still maybe a little green, so I don't think he's ready for a title just yet. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with him.
Well, definitely for Orny, I don't think he's ready or prepared to be a champion of any type of the cruiserweight or otherwise.
Right.
Though he has impressed me. He did solid outing. Did enjoy part of it. Definitely superstar that I don't really see that often because as much as I try to keep up with NXT, I'm not as on point as watching it every single week. But when I had all of him there and seeing him Sunday night at SummerSlam, I was impressed and enjoyed his work. That's for sure. Excuse me. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend Bray Wyatt against regular Finn Balor. There, 1-on-1. The entrance for Bray Wyatt was certainly interesting. A new theme song, or at least the changed, tuned up theme song in a sense.
The remix.
Remix was certainly entertaining. I did enjoy that. But as for the match, I guess it was one to be left desired. Maybe it's because they're going to continue with this actually being a feud, and we have Finn Balor maybe getting a win in the next pay-per-view that they face off. But as for SummerSlam and the Fiend debuting and facing off against Balor, how did you think the match went to you?
I thought the entrance was brilliant. I was really upset when I heard, rumors that they were going to be editing his entrance and things like that. Thank God it wasn't true. As far as the match, I thought it was great. Balor wearing the all white, portraying himself as the white meat baby face, and this dark and sinister and dirty heel. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was.
I think you're right, though. I think it is going to go. It's going to be at least a trilogy.
Now, how long does that trilogy go to? Is it just the next?
I think it's the next two pay-per-views.
The next two, yeah, I don't know if it was going to be that or maybe stretched out. Maybe they don't do something at Clash of Champions because that is a Night of Champions.
Right. I think they might do something at Clash of Champions just because they might need filler. But my theory is it's going to end at Hell in a Cell, Fiend versus Demon.
Okay, all right. Hey, I don't question that at all. I just didn't know if it was going to go over Clash
Mm,
because it being the night of the champions and title matches. Though, as we say, we don't need so many titles, and even with the titles that we have, it's not going to fill 3 hours. So,
exactly.
unless
And they're not going to
they,
do a 2 hour pay per view.
no, no, they
God
barely do
forbid.
3 hours. They barely do 3 hours now. So, that at
Exactly.
least has to be 3.5. So, either way,
Mm,
it's certainly going to be interesting, obviously, to see where this goes. From what I did hear, at least for a short time, I don't know if it's still the case on their YouTube channel. They did edit out part of Bray Wyatt's entrance on their YouTube channel, but
right.
on the network itself, it still is the full thing from the pay per view
Yeah.
event. So that's
Well,
good to know.
from what I've heard, yes, they edited it out of the YouTube video, but
Mm-hmm.
they're actually uh, going to use the head lantern thingy for merchandise. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the older fans can pick up something like that. Mind you, it's just rumor mill, but I think that's a great play by them. Don't screw this up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you never know, but hopefully that is the case, and it keeps going strong, and we have
Yeah.
this trilogy here and stuff, and having and seeing where that goes. So moving right along to a match that didn't go too long was Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler, and Goldberg getting the quick win. I guess not really too much to say about the match. The question though is where is WWE going to be moving forward with Dolph? Like what exactly is he going to be doing?
Uh,
Really,
I'm
is
gonna
he
go
still here?
dark for a minute because I'm gonna transfer, but I'll still have the audio on. So
Okay,
okay.
but yeah,
Continue. I'm sorry. 2, 3. Gonna be
it
okay
is
with that.
interesting in regards to Dolph Ziggler, where WWE's going to be going with him. I think it's certainly even more interesting if you think about it in a sense of, all right, we have
Ouch.
Dolph Ziggler and we have the superstar that does sell well, that is a good hand. I mean, he does do well in that kind of role, but that drive that well too quick, too fast, in a sense of really be necessary moving forward, where it's not going to work anymore because he keeps coming out. He has passionate promos, but in the end, or assuming in the end, he's going to be losing the match. But for me, to answer the question, I don't know exactly where they might be going with Ziggles, but I certainly hope that they should have him stay in the company. Him, working with either veterans or stars for the future. But I don't know. What's you? Where do you think? Where do you think Ziggler's going from here?
I think the best thing for him to do is to go away for a while, and if he wants to stay as a performer, repackage himself. Because how can we miss you if you're not going to go away? If he's not going to keep being a performer, put him down the performance center. Because I think he'd be a great trainer, especially for promo skills.
Yeah, he does have value. He isn't crap. It's just the way
Oh
that he's
no,
been used, the way he's been portrayed. It's just like how trying to think, well, like how long can that
right?
last? He just wants to be in some aspect of being a jobber, but I think he's more than that. I think he deserves to be more
Definitely,
than that. So it's one of
he
those words you
deserves to
can.
be more than a jobber or a mid carder. With his talent and everything, he should be semi main event to main event. But with the way that they're booking him, I think they're booking him to be on the way out. And I've also heard rumors that he may want to go to the other side.
Hmm.
He may be wanting to move to AEW.
Well, in regards to AEW, that company being here now, and Vince McMahon really holding superstars to their contracts like Harper and Banks, that maybe that's what he's going to try to do in regards to Dolph Ziggler, even if WWE doesn't use him as often or as well as we think that maybe they should. But
Well,
still,
I think the way wrestlers are booked kind of shows their value to the company. And with Ziggler being booked so poorly, honestly, I don't think the company would be heartbroken if they let him go. I think they would just future endeavor him and then call it a day.
Yeah, true. I mean, why waste your time if you don't think you're going to be using them in that regard?
Exactly. Exactly. And the reason why they're not using Harper is because he's still injured, is he not?
Oh, that's the weird thing. Like last time I heard an update, I thought he was cleared to go, but they just weren't gonna. They just didn't have anything for him yet. But then they were also keeping him, on his contract, even though he wanted to leave. So it's one of
Well, yeah,
those.
they added like 5 more years to his contract, didn't they?
Now they added a couple years or 5 years, whatever they added to his contract. So he
Yeah.
forced to stay. So, and especially with the AW stuff, that's why I think they might do the same thing with Dolph. And force him to
Yeah,
stay
they
and
may.
add years to the contract.
I mean, don't
You
get me
know,
wrong, but I think I heard something about Dolph asking for his release. So we'll see how that goes.
yeah, for sure. Excuse me. Moving right along. Charlotte Flair
Sorry about
versus
that.
Trish. That's here. Charlotte Flair versus Trish Stratus. The past versus the future. The then versus the now. What do you think about how this match went? I think it went pretty dang good.
I thought it was a great match. I don't think it should have been Charlotte. I think if they wanted to pass the torch, I think it should have been Becky. But with Becky being already involved in something, they had to put somebody in. So I think Charlotte was just kind of a placeholder.
I
Uh,
guess, but I think
Possibly as
still,
a number one contender for Bailey.
I would definitely think that. In regards to
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair being in this match, I have a feeling that it was going to be Charlotte all along, because if it wasn't, they would have had Becky lose both of her titles by now. Because she was
Right.
SmackDown Women's
Right.
Champion, and then put her in this match and maybe have Charlotte, um, still having one of those titles, if not taking them to Raw. And however that would have worked out. But point is, that would have been the plan. So the fact that
Right.
it was Flair in the end, I think it was like plan going
This
ahead. That's
this is who we
plan.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, we want Charlotte. She's, you know,
I mean, a
um,
lot of people think that she's the best in the women's division. I'm not one of those people, but a lot of people do.
well, I believe she is the best in the women's division of WWE, let alone one of the best in women's wrestling of promotions.
I
Um,
wouldn't go that far at all.
but definitely number one in WWE, and with some superstars coming up behind her. I know Becky Lynch is coming up my own list. I have Alexa Bliss there, climbing as well. So there's contenders and also pretenders in regards to the rank and filing system of the women's division WWE. But I do still believe myself that Charlotte is the leader of the pack, and in regards to thinking that way, that's why I think
Right.
WWE
That's why
saw
you
it
think why Trish was passing the torch to her.
to be Charlotte Flair, who's in the future might be breaking her own father's record, in regards to championship. So,
Yeah.
um, and that sort of thing. So, making a star of her own self. She hasn't done it all because of being Flair's daughter. She has earned merit in regards to her own work, her own
Oh, definitely.
stuff there. That on her own, she definitely has shined and done well for herself. But Trish Stratus put out a great outing, as well. It wasn't like a burial, sort of thing. Where Charlotte dominated the whole entire match. Trish had some great offensive movements, a back and forth type of match, long lasting match. Um, but in the end, I think it was right to have Charlotte be in the match, and I think also
Mm.
was right in regards to having Charlotte, of course, winning. Um,
I
and wherever
think
she can go from
Trish.
there.
I think Trish pulling off the figure eight was kind of that passing of the torch moment, and then Trish tapping out to the figure eight. I think that's right around when the torch was passed, saying, "Here you go, kid. Take this, run it."
There we go. Yeah, exactly. I agree there. excuse me, 100% in that excuse me, in that regard. Next match, AJ Styles defending against Ricochet for the United States Championship. Definitely for me, match contender for a match of the night. But what did you say you? How did you think this match went?
I think it was a good match. There were some really good spots, especially Ricochet using the other members of the club pretty much like stepping stones to get to AJ. I don't think Ricochet's gonna get the title back for a while. He might get it back come Survivor Series, but I don't think it's gonna be any time before then. He needs to work on his persona and his mic skills before they even think of putting gold back on his shoulder.
Yeah, understood. And in regards to AJ Styles in the club, you can still be the champions. See how that goes in regards to class champion. But
Sorry, my AirPlug came out.
Definitely a great match, and see in regards to AJ Styles getting the win in the end. Kevin Owens against Shane McMahon. Kevin Owens was to lose. He had to quit WWE, but we didn't have to worry about that. Owens getting the win, defeating Shane McMahon Stunner. I think this match did better than I expected.
Much better.
Not all matches are bad. As much as they are high spots, they still are good matches. And Shane is a definitely good entertainer and a good good at times good wrestler, but it is for wrestling entertainment. So for Shane, I bought him and definitely do enjoy with him being on the shows and stuff like that. Being naturally heel that he is. But in regards to this match, I definitely think it did do a lot better and will pass my own expectations for the match. With Kevin Owens getting the win was also in its own right nice to see. But
Right.
what did you think of the match?
I thought the match in general was really good. I think what they're doing now, continuing the feud, is definitely not the right play at all. I think this feud needs to be squashed, and Kevin Owens needs to either contend for a title or go into another storyline because no one wants to no one wants to see Shane this much. I mean, he's definitely going into his father's footsteps because nobody wants to see him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I get it, but I've enjoyed Shane and don't mind if he's still on the
You
show.
just naturally root for heels anyway.
Yeah, but it's just Shane's a little bit different in regards to Shane McMahon being, you're not a typical wrestler that for years, like his father, being in the ring and doing, or even as Vincent said, doing things, I wouldn't ask my superstar to do things that I wouldn't do, sort of thing. And Shane himself being the high risk, high flying guy, I've really enjoyed him. So I think with him, still being here and still probably have future matches, as long as he doesn't actually become WWE champion, I'm fine with Shane being still on TV.
And there are rumors like he's gonna get a title push.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Hopefully we burn the damn thing.
Yeah, or just flip it over and he can fall into a mud pit. So,
funny.
I know I got the jokes. Anyways, moving right along. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, moving right along. Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Bayley getting the win. As that being obvious, I still thought the match itself was pretty dang good. I mean, Ember Moon, up and coming main event WWE super or main roster, I should say, main roster WWE superstar.
Not with the way they're booking her.
Yeah, maybe not the way that they're booking her, but just the way that she goes out and does the story. She has great matches. They might not have been booking her the right way, but just her still going out there and giving 110%, still doing her job. I think she has impressed me and shown me that, maybe, just maybe, they will book her right. And maybe she'll actually get a title push, let alone just being thrown in here, being just, who's the next person we want to put up against Bayley? Oh, let's just put Ember Moon in there. Not that kind of thinking, but actually prominently in a title feud, let alone winning the title. Who knows about that? But either way, good match. Maybe not great, but definitely good. And Bayley retaining.
See, I don't think it was that good of a match. This honestly was my bathroom break because they've been booking Ember so wrongly. It made me not interested in her. I mean, yeah, she worked her ass off. Don't get me wrong. I love Ember. I love Ember Moon. Love her to death. Love her gimmick. Everything. But they're making her look like a loser right now. And until they start making her look like she's not this meek little stereotype of a nerd, I'm sorry, I'm a very proud nerd. Don't get me wrong. But oh, she's not going to be as interesting.
Yeah, those backstage segments with Sonya Deville
They killed her.
and Mandy Rose did not help her situation.
No.
I get that, and I do understand that. It's just hopefully, there's a time when WWE will still like to see that Ember Moon being able to be your future women's champion. Like she has skills, has to be able to do that. Now it's just up to WWE and the creative, of course, as with any superstar, to put backing behind them, put time and effort behind them, care, and then we see if Ember then at that point can take the ball and run with it with actual backing and actual
Right.
somewhat pressure on her, to succeed, and then actually wanting her to succeed, sort of thing. That she sinks or swims at that point. I'm sure she'll swim, but I'm just saying, just at that situation, because that's a different story. That's a different beast that you're battling in
Right.
regards to as a superstar. That when
Well,
you do have backing, when you are a little bit of pressure, when you're actually getting a push, which is a good thing, obviously. That how do you take it, and are you able to
to
become
work
that
with it.
diamond and then not be a dust, and be able to
Well,
do well, than being an afterthought or a quote unquote jobber or doing other things and just being content with that or just being relaxed in that way to just do your craft that you love.
here's my thing with
Different.
it. As long as Vince McMahon has control over the main roster and control over what's done with the main roster, I don't think people like Ember Moon are going to get their fair shot. Honestly, how long did it take Becky to, or not Becky? Well, yeah, Becky, Bailey. They're not typical Vince McMahon prototypes of what he wants in a woman's wrestler. It's Charlotte. It's Mandy Rose. I mean, Liv Morgan to some extent, but these non-cookie cutter women's wrestlers are not going to be pushed as long as Vince is at the helm. I think we're going to have to wait until Trips and Stephanie take over or whatever. It turns into a triumvirate or whatever.
Whatever that be. Yeah, no, I know. I understand. I completely understand that in regards to how the company's going to be with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. But I do caution just as much as have its positives. You also be careful what you wish for because it ain't going to be perfect either.
No, I
So
don't think it's going to be perfect, but I think it'll be a heck of a lot better as far as the women's division goes if Trips and Stephanie take it, or just even Trips.
mm-hmm. And I know also people lump in, my gal Alexa Bliss in that lump in regards to who Vince pushes over other talents, and how that's all seen in the women's division. Though
Right.
I'm sure maybe even it's not going to be of a situation when Trips takes over that all of them that we talked about that Vince loves because of their looks and whatever else, that all of them are going to be now to the bottom and then everybody else going
No,
up.
I'm not
It's
saying that. What I'm saying is I think there's going to be more parity. I don't think it's just going to be the blonde bombshells. I think everybody is going to get or everybody that deserves one is going to get a fair chance.
then it's just how they do with that chance, and that's their own.
Right. You saw what Ember Moon did with hers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was trying to knock it out of the blocks. But if she doesn't have the machine behind her, she's kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's tough. That's for sure. Speaking of the other women's match, Becky Lynch facing up against Natalia in a submission match. That certainly had some great spots in it for sure in its own
It did.
right.
It did.
Becky in the end getting the W, and I'll let you go first in regards to what you thought of the match and all as well.
As far as a match without a lot of moves, as far as like, we're not going to see a shooting star press out of Natalia. You know what I mean? This is a ground-based match. Not even just because of the stipulation, because of the two wrestlers competing in it too. So as far as that's concerned, I thought it was a really good match for what it was. I thought the two switching moves, Becky putting Natalia in the sharpshooter, Natty going for the disarmer, I thought that was great. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, that certainly was. Yeah, I like that kind of back and forth in regards to the other superstars doing the other superstars finishers, or submission finishers, I could say,
Yeah.
submission moves, and in that kind of gamesmanship was certainly entertaining in its own right. Would have been funny if either of them tapped out the other with the other's own finishing maneuver, or submission maneuver, I should say. But
I
either way,
think
definitely.
Natalia tapping out to the sharpshooter would have made her look even more weak than she already was. Because you got to admit, she looked pretty weak on Monday night.
Yeah, mm-hmm. That's true.
And that's without her arm sling.
Right. Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to Raw, but it certainly was interesting in its own right. But anyways, moving right along to the WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston, I guess the Viper, Randy Orton, Randall Keith. And this match ending in a double count out, and because Randy was looking at his family members, not attacking them, sort of moment. I think this was a little kind of wonky. If I had to put good, bad, ugly, this would definitely be in the bad. Of moments, at least in moments, the match itself was all right, but it just, for a match that was 10 plus years in the making, everything that built up to it, and it finishes and ends like that, at least for tonight. I do feel it's going to keep going, and I know.
I was going to say, they're not going to give you a payoff with the first match. They're going to at least give you 2 more matches. At least 2.
So what did you think of it? Was that the way to do the ending, even with the plan of 3 more matches or 2 more matches?
Well, I think showing that chink in Kofi's armor is going to make it more interesting as far as Randy screwing with Kofi, more psychologically. It's going to be a lot like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe when they had their feud.
All right, I can be done with that.
I think Joe and AJ did it better, but
I guess time will tell in that regard. But I know I brought up in regards to Randy Orton, I think he's going to be the next WWE champion. It's just whenever it's going to actually be. I know I brought up Clash of Champions already happening. Then the rematch, that's not an automatic rematch, I guess, to happen at Hell in a Cell. But
I actually think you might be right. Because Randy's going to find some step, some stipulation where he's like, if Kofi gets DQ'd, I win the title, blah, blah, blah. He's attacking me. He's the one that's unhinged. Typical.
Well, then again, Randy tried that. Was that WrestleMania? Was it speaking of Triple H tried that, but Triple H in the end won?
Yes.
I'm not saying, whatever, but it's one of those two paths to take. And I think no matter what one they go, Randy's going to end up being the champion. They either have him win at Clash, successfully defend at Hell in a Cell, the Hell in a Cell match, or to actually have a payoff, we have Kofi retain at Clash of Champions in a regular one-on-one match, win clean over Randy, and then Randy getting all pissy and wanting Kofi in Hell in a Cell to destroy him and such, and then wins in Hell in a Cell, and I'll go from there. I know people were
See,
also bringing up.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I know I heard people bring up the New Day to split, and that's how you take the title off Kofi and Randy
Right.
using that to win. But I don't know what see you what paths of the road do you see for Kofi Kingston and his title
I
staying
see.
around his way for this feud?
I see Kofi losing at Clash by some kind of shenanigans that the ref doesn't say. Whether Randy goes near his family or what. And then at Hell in a Cell, they're actually going to make Kofi work for the title spot because, again, no automatic rematch. Oh, it's going to be Kofi and Randy, Hell in a Cell, where they just blow the roof off. Or at least do the best they can to blow the roof off, because I don't think Randy can do it anymore.
All right. Either way, sounds good. I mean, I think it would be good, especially for, like I said, a pay-per-view like Clash of Champions to, well, as it usually does, has at least a title change, but something epic moment happening. I think if Randy does pull it off and win the WWE Championship, that would be a positive in regards to that and to that feud, and then moving forward to whatever they're going to do at Hell in the Cell.
Right.
Um, and here to the main event that was at SummerSlam, we have Brock Lesnar defending his championship against Seth Rollins. In the end, Seth Rollins getting the win, somewhat surprisingly.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match. Maybe not as realistic in regards to what we thought could have happened. Like I still thought, and that's why I picked Brock Lesnar to win. Right, Seth selling injuries from the past couple of weeks. I
Right.
really believe what he was trying to sell with that impassioned, um, impassioned promo on the mic on the Raw before to go home. But what do you think of the match and Seth winning and becoming the Universal Champion?
I thought it was a great emotional roller coaster. I think Seth still has a long way to go to bring himself all the way back into the fans' favor, which would, I think, a good way to start it would be to shut his damn mouth on Twitter. Nobody cares about how many zeros in your bank account. Shut up and wrestle. Oh, be the Beast Slayer, be the King Slayer, be the Architect. Don't be a douchebag. Other than that, it was a great emotional ride, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I thought, like with when Brock caught him, he was gonna be an F5 1, 2, 3. Like I just thought,
Yep.
Smith was muster, but Brock was just gonna win in the end. Because for me, going back to like I said, the past couple of weeks being beat up, like realistically, as much as yes, it is for the entertainment. Seth did say in one of his tweets and other things about WWE being of reality and that sort of stuff, and how they
He
do their
uses
story.
realism.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
I thought Brock was going to win. Seth winning, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just, in regards to his own storytelling, I thought that's the way should have gone. Would Brock, then Brock probably holding that title to WrestleMania and that stuff going on. But
The
with
thing,
Seth winning now,
the thing that makes me wonder is Brock, is he going to be going into training for UFC, or what's the deal? Because there had to be a reason to take the belt off of him now. Otherwise, ride this thing till Mania and then give it to Seth. And then let the storylines reset and everything else. Why take it off him now?
right? Then that's your question. I mean, from last time I heard in regards to UFC, Dana White saying that Brock is like he's retired from UFC or something, which is said back when Brock did resign or stay with WWE. It's like I don't know if that has changed. Maybe he will go to the UFC for a short time, or there's just going to be a break for Brock or from
That could be
Brock,
too. He could just be going back to his farm for all we know.
and he shows
Either
up on
way,
that,
he's going away, which is
and then he
good.
comes back on that October show for Summer or not SummerSlam for SmackDown,
Right.
for their show on Fox, and if Kofi's the champion or Randy Orton is the champion, Brock Lesnar against one of them for the WWE title would be very interesting, especially if it's Randy. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
Randy
I
Orton.
actually think Randy and Brock would, but it's two heels. I mean, do you really want to see either Orton or Lesnar turn face?
Hmm. Randy Orton wasn't that bad of a face, but I mean, they both are
Eh,
better heels. I don't know. I don't think he did. I don't think he did too terrible because I think if you have a feud between Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar, of course you have Brock as the heel, Randy Orton is the face, and Randy Orton being a face, I think he can do that well, even though yes, he's better as a heel. I think it's
he's a much better heel. Let's face it.
he gets pretty good, highly entertaining as a heel. I'm just saying that as a face, he's no slouch.
Eh, he's okay. No, how
And
can you? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say if we have that and we have Orton as a face, we have Brock as a heel, we have them battling for the WWE title. Do we just have Brock taken off him right away? And meaning right away in October, not right away, because Randy, if he wins the title,
Right.
even at
Right.
Cell or at Clash, he'll still have the title for a couple of months or a month, but meaning like right away, in the same vein as we talk about, is Sasha Banks going to take the title right off of Becky right away? Um, I don't know, and I would not think so.
Here's my thought process as far as Randy Orton as a face. Do you really think that the apex predator, this vicious thing that goes bump in the night, is going to be as effective if he's walking down the aisle slapping kids' hands when he's on his way to the ring?
Probably not when you're going up against someone like Brock,
Exactly.
But
And nobody likes Brock anyway, so even if he did try to turn face, it wouldn't help.
right, they would want him to turn back heel again and return the punt kick. I get it. Yeah, they would want him back as heel, and he's really good. I agree. He's better as a heel. I'm just saying as a face, he isn't slouch. And that he does well. But
I think wrestlers need to just stay in their lane and do what they know. Randy Orton knows how to be an asshole. I'm sorry, but it's true.
then again, the same thing in regards to John Cena's been a face all his entire career, and people are saying, "Hey, now we need him to be a heel again." Where that's how he started his career with the Doctor Thugonomics. Then went
Right.
face, stayed in his lane forever. People got old and old with it, and annoyed with it, and want him off our TV with it. I don't
Here's my
know.
thing with John Cena. John Cena or Roman Reigns basically got the same treatment as John Cena. He was shoved down our throats. He was our white knight. We were supposed to root for him. Blah blah blah. We were not given the choice. He was Roman was booked in how many WrestleMania main events in a row?
3?
Three or four.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
And the crowd was like, "No, this is not who we want. Turn him heel because we want to boo him and boo him in good conscience."
Yeah. No, maybe it might just have to be one of those times if they do that we have to have two heels against each other. Have Randy against, or you just have
It's
Randy.
just gonna be awkward.
Randy is a tweener, but
I hate that tweener crap. Just pick a side. I know there are shades of gray in life, but you kind of watch wrestling to get away from life for a while.
yeah, I watch a lot of things to get away from life.
Don't we all?
Right now, I actually have muted my my Packers having a preseason game. So football is part of that too. But yeah, but in regards
Yeah,
to WWE,
we'll talk football when that time is right too.
Oh yeah, we will. I mean, we got the Packers coming up. You know, they could be Super Bowl champions by next start of the new year. So we
You're
have to talk.
dreaming, pal.
Hey,
You are
hey,
dreaming.
your fan base is dreaming if they think they're going to go to the playoffs.
Hey, I'm not one of those Cowboys fans that thinks, I don't, I'm not one of those fans that thinks my shit don't stink. I know we
Hmm.
suck right now. I know we need a lot. I know Dak needs to get his head up out of his ass. Same thing with Zeke. It's not about the
As
money. It's about the rings. Rings bring you money.
you're not going to be able to sign all three of them. But anyways,
All
um,
three of them, just two.
well, no. Also, they're trying. I know. What was it? Their wide receiver that they got
Oh, you mean Cooper?
last year wants wants the money, and
Oh, for fuck's sake.
if Cooper don't get money, Cooper may be going bye bye. So he
Well,
have.
I'm pretty sure we have him until at least next year.
I know, but I'm just saying that's what it said. Like now, Jerry Jones has three people he needs to pay. So
Hang on one
either
second.
way,
Cooper's not going back to the Raiders because the Raiders did him dirty.
yeah, he's not going back to the Raiders, and he's not coming to Green Bay. So it's he'll have to
Even though
deal with.
you wish he would come to Green Bay.
Mm, I just wish Ezekiel Elliott could just shut up.
Well,
But
join the club. What do you expect from a Buckeye? A big mouth and somebody who sits on their ass when they don't get their way, i.e.,
exactly,
Maurice Claret.
Wisconsin Badgers would never do that.
Neither would a hurricane. Damn it.
Then again, Melvin Gordon is sitting out in San Diego, a former Badger, but whatever.
He's sitting out in San Diego because San Diego. See, here's the
Or
thing.
LA Chargers.
Yeah, LA Chargers. Excuse me.
Excuse them more.
Yeah, here's my thing with it. Melvin
Mm-hmm.
Gordon has proven his worth. He's not worth a rookie contract anymore. He needs to be paid.
Facts.
How many balls has Ezekiel dropped? How many times has Dak been sacked? You don't deserve the max. You sure as hell don't deserve 40 mil.
That's for sure.
Shut
I mean,
up,
come
take
on.
your 30 and bring a ring to Dallas. Other than that, freaking shut up.
There you go. Tell people how you really feel.
Hey, I know it's cheap heat, but what are you gonna do?
Do what you do. But like I said, we're going to be talking Packers. We're going to be talking NFL. I know the show is called Talking Packers with Steve, which will be returning August 20 something, that
You
Wednesday or
said
Thursday.
29th.
Yeah, 29th. That Wednesday or Thursday, it will be coming back. And we'll be talking NFL. For that episode, we will be going over all 32 beautiful NFL teams. And
Some more beautiful than others.
yeah, but I respect them all. And go over all their records, predicting who will be going to the playoffs, who will win the Super Bowl, uh, our individual predictions for that. So I still have to get on preparing for that too. But yes, we'll be talking football. We're talking about all this mess and more. But since we are talking football for a couple of seconds here in a wrestling show, I got one double on back to wrestling. Where do you think the Jets are going, and what do you believe in the hype in the Browns?
Um, it all depends, honestly. I haven't been able to look at the Browns schedule. Baker Mayfield looks like the real deal. And Murphy looks like if something doesn't go wrong with Mayfield, I think Murphy's going to be riding the pine for this year and learning from Baker.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Sam Darnold, I live in Southern California. I've seen the kid. I know he's got the goods. Oh, the Jets need to just put targets around him and get him to line. He doesn't need to be on his ass for half of the freaking game. I'm sorry.
Well, I think that's what's going to help having now Le'Veon Bell. in the
Oh
mix.
dear
So
God, don't get me started with that head case.
hey, Pittsburgh got rid of 2 head cases, so they're good.
But they don't have a
They-
running game.
Hey, they sacrificed a team to at least get sanity. So you
I'm
know,
sorry. I'd rather have a Super Bowl ring than sanity, thank you very much. I would be wearing a Super Bowl ring with a straight jacket if I was allowed to.
speaking of sanity, they went bye here in WWE. That group.
Yeah, no
I don't know
kidding.
what exactly happened there. I thought big things were coming for them when they were announced to come to Smack.
Somebody get out the golden shovel. That's exactly what happened. Somebody got out
Uh,
the golden shovel. I don't know who. It's the same thing with with a lot of the guys that came over from TNA.
hmm. I mean, we were talking about Robert Roode, Bobby Roode,
Yeah, no
you know,
kidding.
during the prediction show with our other guests, in
Mr.
regards to.
Pornstash.
I know it's Tom Selleck looking stash, but he wore it better back when he cashed out on Friends. But anyways, yeah, it's interesting, like superstars or groups like Sanity, or with superstars now with Rusev. Like, when is he coming back? And if they're WWE's going to use him right, and other things. Hopefully, that is going to be the case, and that we can have. Maybe that's one other thing that might be different when Triple H and Stephanie McMahon are in charge. Maybe not everybody, because you're never going to have where all fans are happy, but at least giving more superstars time today, more of actual substance of storylines, being on the
Right.
show, stuff like that. That's why I actually have highly enjoyed the pure entertainment of the 24/7 title, and of these superstars. Yeah, they may being to be looked dumb in regards to just chasing each other backstage and stuff like that, but it still is something. I certainly have
I think it's hilarious.
where that is going. I mean, without it, EC3 may be leaving the company without a title. He has a championship on his record, so it's good for some superstars. And I know for Heath Slater, I want something to happen for him. Though he has had stuff in the past, So I think and believe, and especially with Drake Maverick, our truth. If that's not voted like on this show, let alone any other podcasting show, as the feud of the year, I don't know what will for WWE. I know there were better, title feuds and other stuff, but still, for actual feud of the year, my vote probably would be
Most entertaining feud, let's say.
Yeah, maybe more entertaining than actual like feud. Up
Because
against
we
title
don't
match.
know where this Kofi and Randy thing is going to go. We don't know where Ricochet and AJ are going to go.
Right, and we already had some banger feuds and matches in regards to the start of the year in 2009.
Exactly.
So that we forget about as the year goes on, So selective memory or just, our own things. But either way, transitioning from a little football talk back to wrestling, let's head to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, the Raw after SummerSlam, interesting things, fun things you think could happen. I mean, it's not WrestleMania Raw, night after WrestleMania. It's the night after SummerSlam, your biggest party of the summer. We certainly had a lot of interesting things happen on Raw, and I think the biggest thing, obviously, is the return of the blue-haired Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is back, turning heel, coming out in regard to Natty after she was talking about her father who passed away a year from that date.
Yeah.
And then Sasha Banks returning. I have not minced my words in regards to Sasha Banks on this podcast for the past couple of years, on how I feel about Sasha Banks. And but anyways, I'll let you go first to hear your thoughts in regards to Sasha Banks overall, and in regards to Sasha Banks now being back.
Well, Sasha Banks is okay. As far as her work so far, especially with a lot of the botches that she's had, she's okay. As far as this heel run, I think she's doing great so far. One of the most heelish things you can do is kick somebody's ass while they're talking about their dead father. Now, as far as the blue hair, What the hell does this mean? Okay, you changed your hair color. What's the freaking deal? Oh, who cares? Oh my god, her hair is blue. That means she's a bad guy. Please. But we'll see where this heel run goes. I like it so far, though.
Yeah, same here. To be quite honest, even though obviously I didn't know where you were going to go because um,
Yeah, we
point
don't
is to be
talk about this before, guys. I mean, this is completely off the cuff.
not just that, but even getting to know you from the Whodunit game and in general, and I was talking wrestling a little bit. Like honestly, when I threw that question to you, I thought you were going to say what most would say in regards to Sasha Banks, that she's the best. WWE has
No.
screwed her over. That now it's time for her to take her throne back. I know I heard some people say. I don't know if you watched the guy BC Amplified, but his raw
Yep.
review of Sasha Banks, um, on the Amplified Man as he calls himself.
Yeah.
Um, so I assume you saw that, him gloating and being very happy as he should be. He's a fan of hers.
Yeah, of
Of
course.
now it's Sasha's time to take back the mantle. Other fans think of that. So I assumed maybe not that extent, but I thought you were going to go there because my opinion on Sasha Banks is like people's opinion on Alexa Bliss and how she's shoved down her throat and just because of her looks. Maybe less on looks, but more on how she's been shoved down her throat and how at one point I did kind of compare her in regards to being the John Cena of the women's division, of being thrown into whatever and just whatever, and she just finding her way in there, politicking her way into be whatever. Yeah, she's all right on in the ring. She hasn't been perfect on the mic. She does way better as a heel than she does as a face, but that still doesn't garner her to try to be one of the best in the division. Um, even with my own bias aside, I do still say that Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are above Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks throws a hissy fit after WrestleMania or before because she finds out that her and Bayley are going to be losing the tag team titles and goes away, has these cryptic tweets because she thinks she's cool, and
She thinks
she's
she's stone cold, is what
back,
it is. She took her ball and went home.
and now she comes back and she thinks she's going to be rewarded with it.
Okay, here's my thing with it. I don't know if it's because she is related to a celebrity already or what. But Sasha has thought she's entitled pretty much since she got to NXT. Oh, I think that would be good to use in a heel persona. I think her as a babyface is a freaking joke. Her, the Boston Hug connection and everything else. Give me a freaking break. Sasha Banks would sell her mother up the river for the right price. Let's be honest. As far as Charlotte and Alexa being up at the top, I don't think anybody could touch Becky. And it's not because we share the same name or anything like that. I think she is white hot. I think she's the hottest thing in the business. Has nothing to do with looks. I think the only person in WWE history that has more heat on them right now and that has that meteoric rise was CM Punk.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And
I
from where
mean,
Becky was, and I definitely see where you're coming from there. It's just in regards to Sasha Banks, it's just like I said in my
I don't
tweets
think
about
anybody can touch Becky. I'm sorry.
no, hey, don't have to be sorry about it. It's just
Well, I'm not sorry for my opinion. It's just I'm
right,
very outspoken about my opinion.
that's for sure. Um, but
Hey, I'm half
yeah, it's not a
Portuguese. What do you want from me?
bad. Trust me, as a Hispanic, I have my own temper stuff that
Oh
I
yeah,
have in regards to in regards to that and anger. But that's why I've been so stunning and so like fire burning in regards to Sasha Banks because I just think that however she does whatever moves or things that she does behind backstage or whatever, politicking or whatever she does. It's just a little bit too much, and just I just would have rather her not come back and her go to AEW or do whatever she wanted to do. Because like Steph says in the past, it's no one's above the symbol, no one's above the V. Not John Cena, not Sasha Banks. So
Exactly.
it, it's
And
just
honestly, you calling Sasha the John Cena of the women's division is an insult to John Cena because at least John Cena freaking did his job and hustled and everything else. Sasha just thinks she should have it given to her.
she's not as great in the ring, and it makes sense. Like she just had her own matches, her own mistakes, and we'll see how
She was
things go moving.
unsteady.
I mean, it was her. Well, I don't know if it was completely her fault, but I was going to say in regards to Paige's injury, which ended her career. But anyways, um,
She had to have
either way,
another surgery just a couple of days ago.
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, during Raw or on Monday. Yeah, but well,
And that was because of Sasha.
mm-hmm.
And now Paige is sitting there talking about the Kabuki Warriors and everything else. It's like,
That's for sure.
anyways, I'm sorry.
Speaking of
I
the
don't want to
Kabuki
get
Warriors,
I don't want to get too much into a rant.
understood. But Kabuki Warriors get a title opportunity against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. After they just successfully defend
Oh,
against
you
the
missed a match from SummerSlam, I believe, by the way.
that one. And
Alexa and the
but
Iconics.
either way, I guess you can say about your thoughts on their SummerSlam match, but also them defending against the Kabuki Warriors on Raw.
Well, I thought the SummerSlam match, as far as the whole Disney thing was, I thought that was cute. Seeing that Alexa is a huge Disney fan. I mean, she's even got the coordinates to Sleeping Beauty's castle tattooed on her arm in, I think it's ultraviolet ink or something like that. Um, and then the icon, I think it was Billy Kay that came out dressed up as Maleficent. I thought that was a nice touch. As far as the match goes, it was okay. The whole laser thing with the arm, with her being dressed up like Buzz Lightyear, was cute. But is she really there to be cute? Is my question.
Yeah, because as a heel, she certainly is badass. In her own right, being one. And that's how she got, popular and fame finally.
Well,
After they tried.
I think that's the thing. I think Alexa's turning face. Because when she was a heel, she was doing the Harley Quinn stuff, and the gloves with the skeletal hand on the outside and everything else, and really playing up the goddess gimmick. Now she's being all cutesy.
Yeah. I mean, it's adorable and cute, but yeah, it's one of those, Alexa Bliss being better as the heel. As where she definitely got her shine the most, and being that way. But who knows exactly in regards to going that way. But in regards to them being the tag team champions and being the Kabuki Warriors on Raw, I think all in all, I think it's gonna be a nice whatever lengthy title run it be. And whenever it does end, we have Nikki Cross.
I think they're doing Asuka dirty, but that's just me. I think the WWE is doing Asuka massively dirty. They gave her this undefeated streak for what, 240 matches or something. She's getting into like Goldberg territory, and then just break the streak out of the blue and put her in a tag team that's not going to have any real push. Again, substandard booking.
It's unfortunate in regards to Asuka where she is. Wonder where they're going to go with her moving forward. We have this tag team Kabuki Warriors, who I thought were supposed to face the Iconics, at SummerSlam for a title match with just them,
Yeah,
and then and then what happened on Raw. Or it's just interesting to see where the WWE wants to go with them if they're actually going to do anything with them. See, that's the point.
you're
I mean, I don't
being
know
kind when you say interesting.
if they're going. Well, I'm trying to be, but still, it's going. It's who knows what's going to go on with going on with the Kabuki Warriors, and if they're actually
Right.
going to be getting any actual substance with them and with their tag team. Because if they don't, then really, why was the reason that they even had this tag team if not just to have Paige on TV more
Exactly.
after
Or
had,
not even just to have Paige on TV sitting there going, well, she's Asian, or she's Japanese, she's Japanese. Let's put them together. Like, how short sighted are you being?
right? Yeah, that's no, I agree definitely for sure. Trying to think of other things in regards to Raw um, to bring up or speak about in regards to something like that. Not
Roman
too
Reigns and
much.
Buddy Murphy were pretty good if we're going into SmackDown.
Yeah, we can go into SmackDown. I think that's been the highlight of SmackDown, even with other things going on. But
I can't
yeah,
really
pretty much.
think of anything else as far as Raw is concerned. I mean, if anybody has any questions or anything, we do have a live chat. So please pose your questions.
Yeah, I saw we do have a couple people that were live coming in and out during the show. Thank you for stopping by. I understand if you're trying to comment. I do get that. I do have that. I am shy myself, but either way, yeah, I think in regards to SmackDown, that being the highlight because that match went longer, more offense, more I guess especially more offense against Roman Reigns is interesting in any sense. But the hell is on? I really think that was kind of homecoming for him, like for Roman to put him over so well
Yeah, I
in
definitely
that.
think it was Buddy's coming out party.
Where are they going to go for there for Buddy Murphy? I don't know. But next week we find out who done it. We find out who done it in regards to who was the one that went after Roman Reigns. I don't know. But the question is, who do you think is the one? Do you think it was the trio of Rowan, Buddy, and Daniel, or do you think it just was Daniel Bryan?
I think it was just Daniel Bryan because that's going to set up a program between him and Roman that'll probably go at least 3 pay-per-views. Like I said, that's pretty much a rule of thumb with me. If a program gets started, it's going to stretch for at least 3 pay-per-views, if not more, if it's higher up on the card.
We talked about earlier in regards to superstars being capped on their contract or contract being extended years, and Luke Harper was brought up, and I do think he was cleared. I do think he's able to go. So I
So you're
think
thinking he's
that
going to come back?
Luke Harper's in this mix. And I think like it's a Daniel Bryan formed group here of four. Its own stable without a name. but
I don't think Buddy has been included in that yet because Buddy ended up getting a pretty good ass whooping from Rowan saying, "Keep your name out of my mouth."
no, I know. But I mean, it's all going to come full circle where that all was a bunch of BS. Sort of thing.
Mm,
That they all were in cahoots together, and it was just
so you think they're going to form the Planeteers, basically?
I think so. I think it's going to be the four.
Not
it's
bad.
gonna be an interesting twist if that's happened. I'll be surprised just as much as
Apparently,
I'll
you
be.
won't be because you're calling for it.
Well, I mean, I would have been surprised. Yeah, I guess you can say. I mean, I still might be a little bit surprised. Like, hey, I actually was right. But um, but I think
Well,
the
you
rest
weren't
of
bad as
WWE.
far as the predictions go. So I mean,
Mm, Well, neither were
I,
you. So,
I,
but but yeah, I still would be a little bit surprised if I was actually correct. Just as much as I'll be surprised here in this quick little promo, surprised and seeing how things end up with the game Who Done It Double Vision, which you see there in the banner, Who Done It Double Vision and Who Done It DV. Follow them, ring the bell. We do only have one more day left. We will have all 5 people there. Um, Unfortunately, it will be either me or Sarah to beat the Molina, and then everybody else battle it out to become the winner. We have a winner, a loser, the killer, and the puppet master. Will
Puppet
be
Master.
unveiled on Monday. Yeah, the puppet jabroni. But we have that all being happening on Monday night or Monday at some point. So it'll be fun. It'll be live, of course, in regards to live on Twitter. Um, and then also, as I remember by the schedule, he'll be doing a tell all the day after, which now will be pushed back to Tuesday. So yeah, definitely people want to check that out. If they haven't checked it out already, pretty fun stuff. Welcome to just go through, skim the tweets if you have a good solid 5 to 10 minutes and you're waiting for a flight or you're waiting for whatever, and go through and see how the season has gone and how everybody done. And you yourself, even if you're new to checking it out, you can make your guesses and see who you think and see if you're right. Even coming from out of nowhere, thinking who you think who's who and who's gonna win. I just hope I have 3 days to deal with it and see how things go on Monday. But just wanted to get that quick promo out, share about who
Well,
done it, because
I'm rooting
I
for you, pal.
thanks, and we'll see how that all goes. But in regards to WWE, in regards to Raw and SmackDown, in regards to all that fun, I think that's pretty much all. Really, nothing else really to talk about. I mean, we did talk about the main things. Not too many stories. No superstars passed away, so that's good.
Yeah,
Something to report there. Just gonna be interesting to see next week in regards to the Roman Reigns situation,
agreed.
how they continue with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks now with her back, um, and the 24/7 title. Elias is the champion now, so we do believe or assume it's gonna go back to the feud with Drake Maverick and R-Truth. So is one of them going to be taking the title? Um, so that funny and fun part of Raw SmackDown going to be enthralled moving forward um, from there. But either way, looking forward to it all. But are there any last words you wish to share about anything? You're welcome to. And beyond that, plug your socials.
Uh, Poker Lady 718, just like in the banner, everywhere except Instagram. Then I am ROTC Brat 718. I'm also a mod in Martin the Moth Gasauce's uh, Twitch channel. If you know anything about Lucha Underground, you know who Marty the Moth is. Come on, say now, say hi. Um, it's pretty much a fun time. Thanks for having me as always.
And those live streams are pretty much, they're not pretty much, they are fun and entertaining. At least the ones that I am able to be part of and join and watch. Um, for sure, a lot of antics, a lot of fun, a lot of interaction by both him and the people that come in. So that's very nice and awesome. I always like to
That
see
reminds me, I
us.
gotta get you that interview. I gotta see if I can get you that interview.
So either way, for me, as I said at the top of the show, as you see in the banner, the Ramble at the Ramble underscore WWE, and my personal at Army underscore Strong underscore 06. And I bid you all adieu. I look forward to talking to you all next week when we do have the next Ramble episode on Thursday night. Um, whatever time I'm able to go live. But from beyond there, hope you all have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, however, and above all else, as always, take care.